If you're watching this video today, it's because you're a B2B SaaS owner or a B2B marketer who's completely frustrated over the fact that your business is either growing very slowly or not growing at all. Is that the problem we're talking about today? Well, we have some answers for you because today we're going to start giving you strategies on how to grow your SaaS business. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold. I'm president of Prevail Marketing, and every day we try to give you some tips, some strategies, some ideas that help you grow your business through better sales and marketing. And today we're actually in the second day of a series talking about B2B SaaS companies, how to grow your business. And today we're going to start talking about some processes and some strategies that absolutely work. And for many of you, are going to listen to some of these and say, well, of course, that just makes sense. I knew that. I'm sure you do. A lot of this are the basics. A lot of this are foundational. But many companies are not doing this. And you have to start with the foundation like anything and build up from there. So today we're going to start talking about the foundation, some foundational things you need to be doing. Tomorrow we're going to get to a little more sophistication and the following day even more. So we're going to talk about, I think about 18 or 19 different strategies over the course of the next 3 days that will grow your SaaS business if you do them properly. How do I know? Because we've used them repeatedly, time in and time out for SaaS clients, and they've worked. So buckle up, we're about to begin. And we're going to start with what I consider to be absolutely foundational, and that is buyer personas. Come on, guys. We all know buyer personas are absolutely critical for any marketing. Period. It's not just SaaS. It's critical for any marketing. But there's a little bit of twist, a little bit of nuance when you talk about B2B SaaS. Yes, you've got to figure out what each buyer persona needs to see at each stage of the buyer's journey in order to make that next transition to the down the sales journey, down the sales pipeline. Yes, you have to do that here as well. But it doesn't stop when they become a customer because you're renting your customers. They're renting your product month to month usually. Maybe they're buying a year contract, but it's still a very short, finite time period. And if they're doing it month to month, they can leave after 30 days. And you're left holding the bag. So you've got to understand what your customer as the buyer persona needs to see and hear and get every single month to make sure they stay sticky, make sure they stay involved, make sure they understand you love them and you need them and you respect them and you want them as customers. That's critical, guys. Client retention is absolutely one of the biggest reasons I've seen companies fail to grow their enterprise when it's B2B SaaS because they have a terrible client retention rate. Now, we're going to talk about that in about 4 days, client retention, talk about some specific things for that. So I'm going to move on from there and just say, know your buyer personas, know your customers as buyer persona. Another fundamental, and I'm absolutely embarrassed to even say this, guys, because you should know this. You should do this for everything. Optimize your UX UI for your entire website and your on-page SEO. I can tell you how many times people do a great job bringing people back through having great content, to having all sorts of different events or have online exercises where they get people to come to their website and they lose them. They bounce almost immediately because they come to the website and the UX UI is horrid or the on-page SEO is not getting organic traffic. Guys, do the fundamentals. Don't waste your time doing anything else I say other than buyer personas until you do the on-page SEO and the optimized UX UI. And I just did a UX UI optimization for the homepage. I'm going to do it for the rest of the site later on, but use that as a guide, guys, people, and let's see if we can get people to stay sticky when they get to your site. Content marketing. Yes, we all know, fundamental again. Everybody needs to create great content, compelling content for each stage of the buyer's journey, for each persona. We know that. That's a given. But just like I talked about with buyer personas, you need to create great content, compelling content, content that's going to keep customers sticky, and do that on a monthly basis. Tomorrow or Friday or the next day, we're going to talk about email marketing campaigns and how you're going to use that content. But you need to create great content for each buyer persona at the stage of being a customer. Nurturing programs. Again, I'm sure you're all doing nurturing programs. I suspect many are not doing them well. I say that because a lot of nurturing programs I see are come buy from us, or they're really just, they don't offer anything of value. It's just like, remember me? Did you forget about me? Maybe did you see my last email? When I get those kind of emails, you know what I do immediately? I either mark them as spam or I just delete them because they're wasting my time. They've offered nothing new to contribute to the conversation to make me interested. So every piece of nurturing you create, every email you send out, every nurturing program you do, every time has to be a new piece of relevant content that's designed to take them, engage their interest, make them see an area, an idea that they didn't understand. So what I typically do is I have about 7 or 8 stages in each nurturing campaign that bring them down. It may take some content like this ebook and repurpose it to an infographic or repurpose it to the 2 to 4 page guide and one pager. It may have what the experts are saying. It has lots of new content that is designed to make them perk up and say, oh, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that. It's maybe taking content and doing a video because people react to videos they do the written word. It's creating new and unusual content. So you're going to do that for sales qualified leads. When you get to that point, you're also going to do it for those that left the sales qualified status and had a demo and didn't engage. So remember I talked yesterday about this 2-phase approach? So you're going to have to do that for each of those phases in order to make sure you bring these people home. If you're a growth hacker, your ideal world is living in a B2B SaaS company. If you can get the management to agree on the growth hacking philosophy, where everyone in the organization, from the top to the bottom, is answering one question before they take any and do anything. Is it going to promote and contribute to growth? If it is, we do it. If it doesn't, we don't. And everything you do is A/B tested. Everything, not just once, not just twice, but continuously. If you got a landing page, you make sure that landing page is optimized. You continue to optimize it. You continue to improve it, because you can find those incremental improvements make all the difference in the world as far as success. Contextualized marketing. I'm going to talk about this because it's very important in 2 facets: the product and your website. You're already doing contextualized marketing when you do your inbound marketing or your account-based marketing or your nurturing. You already should be doing that. But for your product, make sure your product relates to that industry they're in. For example, if you have a product that can be used by engineers and attorneys, for example, make sure that when they look at the product, it has the jargon of their industry. It looks and feels as if it belongs to their industry. It's unique to their industry. So when they go there, they think they built this product just for my industry. It's not a one-size-fits-all. That's critical, guys. People will always migrate to the product they believe is built for their industry. The same way with the website. If you want a contextualized website, you can have a website that once we identify what buyer persona you are and where you're in that buyer's journey, that website will morph. It'll switch. So it will be just about your industry and just about where you are in that buyer's journey. You can do that. It takes some time and effort and the right piece of software. You can use HubSpot for that, but you can have a website that will morph. So I don't see anything about being an engineer. I don't see what's being an attorney. How powerful that is if they realize you're only speaking about them and their language. They don't feel like, oh, this product fits everything. You want to make sure you have a product that works for them and looks like it's for them. What else are we going to talk about? Influencer marketing. Guys, influencer marketing is obviously for every marketing. I think influencer marketing ought to be looked at, but it really works very, very well when you talk about B2B SaaS, okay? And it incorporates the law of liking, the law of authority, the law of unity. We did an entire ebook on this. It's 75 pages. Go read it and you figure how it works for this. You really want to use subject matter influencers. They can be empowered and engaged. If they've got the same category of clients that you're trying to reach, and they've got a larger social reach, by providing them with branded content that elevates their stature in their community, they will often send it out, and it elevates you and elevates them, and they become a greater spokesperson when it comes to, and knowledgeable when it comes to an industry. And here's the twist. Webinars. What we did in the past is we've identified these subject matter influencers. We empowered them with great content, the type of content that they could not create on their own, because maybe it took a higher production value, maybe it took more research, whatever. We empowered them. We gave it to them and they branded it with their own brand and they sent it out to their own people. Now, 90% of it was all about that problem, that issue, that concern that they were talking about. 10% of it was how our product, my client's product, worked to resolve that. Almost incidentally put in there. And then what happened is we reached out to their social reach, their social network, I should say, and ours, of course, and we invited them to a webinar. So we invited all of our current MQLs, all our current customers, and we invited their social reach to come to this webinar. And so what we had a lot of top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and actually customers attending this, okay? And what we would do is we would have a webinar with that influencer, with that subject matter influencer. They co-hosted it. And we'd talk about the overarching problem, the issue, the concern. And what we would do is we would go through this thing, give them great information. And at the very end, the co-host influencer would say, hey guys, this is a great product. I recommend you checking it out. And by the way, anybody who would like to learn more about it, there's a little box right now that just popped up on your screen. Please check it, and it's already going to identify who you are, and we'll make sure you get more information. We didn't say where someone's going to contact them. We said you want more information. So what you got is you got a number of mid-level MQLs, some top of the funnel, who are raising their hand now saying, I want sales to contact me. They became bottom of the funnel, sales qualified leads instantaneously. Now, if you do that right, if you do it properly, you should have at least 20% of the attendees showing up as bottom of the funnel SQLs at the end of that webinar. A very, very powerful tool. It worked every single time if you structure it properly. And I would recommend that you also have private webinars every month for your current clients. Totally separate, totally different, where you share tips and tricks that will optimize their use of your product. So it's just for customers, and say, hey, look, every month we're going to give you some tips and tricks. And if you have a particular customer who's utilized it, invite them to speak about it for a few minutes, okay? They can be a co-presenter, not a co-host, but a co-presenter. Also, every 4 to 6 weeks, whenever you have your product updates, you introduce them with a webinar. So you offer it and you put it on your website, but you say, these are the new features. This is how the screen's going to look before it goes live, before they get it. So if they have any questions, problems, or concerns, it doesn't catch them after the product goes live. They can address it beforehand and prepare themselves for the new way it's going to look, feel, or act. And so their employees are not caught off guard saying, I don't know what to do. It was on this screen today. It's gone. What do we do? I guess we're done. Guys, you have to treat these customers the same way you'd want to be treated, which was learn about this information prior to going live. So again, you want to create a webinar every time there's a new product release. Should be about 4 to 6 weeks if you have a reasonable roadmap like in most SaaS companies. And you want to have a monthly webinar where you're inviting influencers to co-host with you, inviting their social network, your network, and use the technique I indicated to try to get them to be bottom of the funnels. Those are some quick suggestions, guys. We are going to cover a lot more over the next course, the next few days. We're going to talk about partner programs, referral website optimization, account-based marketing, omni-channel marketing, regional events, email marketing, how to eliminate churn. We're going to talk about paid demand and the way to use paid demand. It's not like you think, I don't think. And also the importance of speed to lead. Those are the topics we're going to cover in the next couple of days. Oh, and we're also going to talk about the metrics you have to track. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for being here. Until tomorrow. Oh, if you have any questions, please ask us. Please like, please subscribe, please follow, whatever's appropriate on the channel you're seeing this on. If you have any questions, please enter in the comments, or better yet, go to our website, read the blog, look at some of the other materials, we'll answer your questions, and contact us. I'd love to have a one-on-one conversation with you where we address your particular concerns for your particular company. I'll offer some guidance on what you could do. Until then, till tomorrow, thank you for your time.